Okay, so finding ourselves in our chairs and grabbing whatever you need for the practice today. If you need a pillow, straps, blocks. I don't know if that's a foreshadowing that words are going to be hard for me today. I'm like, those things, blocks. All right. So we're sitting in our chair, sitting it up nice and tall, lengthening up through that torso, through our spine, stacking the vertebrae, one vertebrae on top of the other, tailbone is pointed down into the chair, and then let's imagine that we can stack each vertebrae, and then the head lifting towards the ceiling. Those feet maybe touching the floor. Yes, words are hard to make. Gripping the floor, toes gripping the floor. And let's begin by rolling our shoulders back. So let's go ahead and roll that out. Good, and then go ahead and roll that forward. And rolling that back. And roll that forward. And relax those arms. If you want to let them dangle, you can, or they can be just resting on your thighs. Let's drop our chin down towards our chest. Oh, lengthening through the back of that neck, through those traps. So that's the upper neck, through, yep, those shoulders. And then lifting our head center and taking our eyes to the ceiling. And then let's do that again. Let's drop that chin to chest and take our eyes to the sky. And we'll do this a few times, just beginning to warm up that neck. Drop that chin to chest. And then our eyes to sky. And chin to chest. And eyes to sky. And head back to neutral, back to center. Let's look over to the right, thinking about our chin going over towards the shoulder. And then looking to the left, same thing, chin going to the shoulder. Look to the right. And then to the left. Head back to neutral, drop right ear towards that right shoulder. Maybe release that left arm. Get a nice stretch right here. And if you want a little bit gentle pressure, right hand above that left ear. And then bring that head back to neutral. And then let's go ahead and drop to the other side. So left ear is going to go to that left shoulder. And then maybe releasing that right arm. Left hand is right above that right ear. Very good. And then bring that back to center. Roll our shoulders back. And then go ahead and roll that forward. Let's do a little sun breath here. So let's inhale and sweep our arms up. And then exhale it out. And again, inhale and sweep this up. And exhale it out. Let's add in a little chest and shoulder opener. So let's inhale and sweep it up. As we exhale, you're either going to clasp your hands behind you, or you're going to reach for the back of the chair, or you're going to use your strap or a towel. If you're super tight and it's just really, you need that extra today, then you can always be using your strap or a towel, holding onto that chair or clasping those hands. But we're opening up that chest and opening up those shoulders. I know our muscles are still very cold, so it's okay if you're not having that mobility yet. Bring your head center. Let's go ahead and look to the right again, and then look to the left. Head back to neutral. Let's bend at our elbows. Bring our hands over to right waist and squeeze that elbow back. Thinking about that elbow going back towards your spine, the center of your back. And then switch sides. Elbow is going to go back towards the center of the spine. And then release that. Shake that out. Lift our arms up and give ourselves a big hug. So right arm over left. Big hug here. Reaching fingers for that spine. Open that up and then switch. Good. Open that up. Release that down. Roll our shoulders back. Let's inhale and sweep it up. Drop our right hand down to the right side of the chair, reach over with the left. So lengthening, oh yeah, through the left side of the body. And breathe. And then inhale and sweep this up. Go ahead and drop that other side and reach. So now we're lengthening through the right side. And breathe. Good. Inhale and sweep this up. Clasp our hands at the top. Exhale and press our palms towards the ceiling. Lengthen up through that torso, lengthening through our spine, through our rib cage, through that neck. Let's inhale it here. And exhale, sigh out. 2 more times. Inhale it here. And exhale, big sigh out. 1 more time. Inhale it here. And exhale, big sigh out. Good. Bring our arms out in front of us. Stop hands, rotate wrists. Good. And then rotate the other way. Let's stretch through that hand. So taking our left hand, pulling back on those fingers. Ooh, nice forearm stretch. And then let's turn that over and gently pull back on the fingers. Other side. So then that we get that forearm stretch and finger stretch. Oh, and yawn. Oh, but I didn't pass it to you. Okay, and then go ahead and pull that back. Good, and then release that. Rotate that out again, rotate the other way. Let's do a little bit of seated cat and cow. So let's go ahead and take our arms out to our sides again. So we see them in our peripheral. Palms facing up, roll those knuckles in. And then let's open this up, arched back, and then let's round this. So there we've got that cat. So now we've got this cow, inhale, and rounding, exhale. Inhale and open, exhale and round. Inhale and open, exhale and round. Inhale and open. And exhale and round. Back to center, up spine, open this up, palm up, and press that down. Good. Roll shoulders back and roll that forward. Let's take our legs, move our legs over to the right side of the chair. Let's reach our arms up and we're going to move into our spinal twisting. So we've got our arms lifted up nice and tall. Let's take both of our hands and reach them for the back of the chair, and feel free to use that back of the chair as leverage in this spinal twist, twisting as deeply as feels good for you. And we will add a breath in right here. So let's inhale it deep and exhale it out. Again, big deep inhale and exhale. 1 more time, big deep inhale. And exhale that out. Wonderful. Reach our arms back up and then release our arms down. Let's take our legs back to center and then let's go ahead and take our legs to the left. So to the left side of the room, left side of your chair. Let's reach up through our arms here. So lengthening up through this, and then let's go ahead and reach for the back of the chair. So we get that full, wonderful spinal twist on the other side. Oh, I'm definitely feeling it on this side today. Let's inhale it deeply here. And exhale it out. And again, big deep inhale. And exhale it out. And 1 more time, big deep inhale. And exhale it out. We're reaching up through our arms. And then release that. Let's bring our legs back to front. Sweep our arms up again. This time, let's go and take our left hand to the outside of our right thigh, right hand to the back of the chair, and then we'll just get a nice little spinal twist this way. So it may not be as deep as we just did, or it may be deep in a different way. Like this one is adding more of the shoulder, ooh, and the back. Maybe if you want even further, you can look over your shoulder. Let's continue to breathe it here. And then bring that back to center. Inhale and sweep our arms up, and let's do the same thing the other side. So let's drop our right hand to our left thigh, left hand to that chair, the seat of the chair, and twisting here. And breathing here as well. Continuing to breathe. Continuing to use that breath, that expansion, and then that melt when you do that exhale. Good, and then bring that back to center. Inhale and sweep this up, and exhale it out. And one more time, inhale and sweep it up, and exhale it out. Go ahead and place your blocks where you want them for our seated sun salutations, if you're using blocks. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up nice and big. Exhale, dive it down and over. And as always, if you need something between your belly and your thighs, feel free to put a pillow or a blanket there. Let's go ahead and inhale, lengthen through that spine, pressing into those blocks. So we're lengthening the spine, lengthening the arms, lengthening the neck, and then release that and relax. Good. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up nice and big. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Hold this here. Exhale while we're holding this lengthening. Let's go ahead and press our right hand into that block. And let's actually take our hand to our lowest rib first and do a spinal twist this way first, just for mobility's sake, again, because it's chilly, so the muscles might be a little chilly. And then release this back into that forward fold. Inhale and lengthen. Exhale and release. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Hold this here this time. You're going to exhale while we're holding. Let's press our right hand back into that block, and now we'll take it to that full opening. If it's available to you, it still might not be available, and that's okay. We're going to do it 3 times on each side today. So this is just our second. And breathing while we are opening this spinal twist. So this opens so many things because it's our upper body, mid body, low body. Go ahead and release that and relax. Inhale and lengthen through arms. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen. Let's hold this here again. So hold that lengthening. Nice long arms, long spine, long neck. Press our right hand. You can exhale while we're pressed. And then let's go ahead and open up that left arm again. Our third time on this side, the seated spinal twist. And breathe. Seated spinal twist with open arms. We'll do our other seated spinal twist in a few moments. And then go ahead and release that, relax. Inhale and lengthen through those arms, through that spine. And then exhale, release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen. Let's hold this here. So now we'll start to work on that other side. Let's press our left hand into block, and you can exhale while we're pressed here. Let's take our right hand to our lowest rib and twist over to this side. This side is much tighter than the other one. Oh yeah, so that might be something that you might be recognizing too. Or maybe both sides are tight, or maybe you're super loose today. And then go ahead and release that. Relax that head and neck. Inhale, lengthen through spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen. Hold this here. Let's press our left hand back into block. You can exhale while we're pressed. And then full arm opens. And breathe. And then relax. Relax that head and neck. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Hold this here. You can exhale while we're holding. Let's go ahead, press our left hand back into that block for this last time and open that right side again. Yeah, maybe by that third time. My shoulder gets a little bit more open. Spine gets a little bit more open. Breathing it here. And then release that. Good. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, lift this up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Hold this here. Sitting ourselves up nice and tall, so taller than before. Think about super tall, lengthening through that spine. And you might even have to roll your shoulders back. Let's inhale deeply here. As we exhale, let's hinge at those hips and add in that seated spinal twist with those palms together. So that right elbow, right tricep is going to that left thigh. Breathe it here. Use that inhale to expand and then use that exhale to melt and contract. And then go ahead and bring this back to center. Yes, inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Bring our hands to prayer. Exhale, hands to heart. Sit it up super tall again. Find that tallness, that tall spine. And let's add in that breath. Inhale deeply. As we exhale, hinging at the hips and twisting. So taking that left elbow, left tricep to that right thigh. Hands are pressed together in the seated spinal twist with those pressed together hands. And breathe. And then bring that back to center. Inhale and sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. And then release our arms to our sides. Good. All right. So we can move our blocks off to the side. Kind of scoot yourself even forward more. And we're going to take our legs out in front of us, flexing through our feet. And let's go ahead and take our right ankle and place it just gently on that left shin. Sitting it up tall here, hinge forward. So now we're going to begin warming up that lower body. So we just did a lot of spine and upper body. And now we're going to work into those hips, hip flexors, calves, hamstrings, and legs. So we've got our first little piriformis here. So our first this is a lengthened figure four. So just hinging, and this is stretching our left hamstring, but it's also beginning to open up that right hip flexor. Good. Bring ourselves up and let's switch sides. So take our left ankle to our right shin and hinge this forward here. Oh, yeah. Especially on cold, like when the weather is colder, cold mornings, Starting at these even smaller areas before we go into our regular piriformis, and then a even deeper one like our half shoelace. So it's good to warm that body up. Good, and then go ahead and bring ourselves up. Very nice. Shake that out a little bit. You can scoot yourself back, but not all the way back. Just maybe back to the center, because we're going to go into our staff pose. So now we're going to lengthen up through those legs, or out through those legs, flexing through our feet, and we'll find our staff pose. Trying not to use the back of the chair. We're trying to engage our core as much as possible here. So we've got this nice staff pose. Let's inhale deep and exhale it out. 2 more times, inhaling it deeply and exhale it out. And 1 more time, inhale it deep and exhale it out. Good, release our arms down. You can hold on to that chair, have your hands on your thighs, wherever it works for you. Our legs are still lifted. Let's go ahead and do a hamstring and then an extension. So we'll do our hamstring curl, keep our feet super duper flexed, and then a leg extension. There's 8. We'll bring this in, and there's 7. Bring this in, and there's 6. Bring this in, so curl it and extend. There's 5. Bring this in and extend. There's 4. Curl and extend. There's 3. Curl and extend. There's 2. Curl and last extension. Hold this here. While we're extended, point those toes, flex those feet, point those toes, flex those feet, point those toes, and flex those feet, and relax. Good. Shake that out. Very nice. Now we can go ahead and sit against the back of the chair, and we're going to bring our right leg in. So bringing our right leg in, giving that a nice big hug. This is kind of like that jackknife that we do on the ground. When we're on the floor, we've got our leg out, we've got our other leg in. Oh, that feels very good. Let's go ahead and wrap that left arm around that right leg, twisting ourselves over to the right. And breathe. And then twist that towards the inside. Oh, yeah. Wonderful. All right, now we're going to go into our piriformis again, our regular figure 4. So let's go ahead and take our right ankle to the left thigh. Oh, always the tightness. And that's okay. That's what it's all about. Sitting this up tall, begin to hinge ourselves forward. So finding that hinge before your shoulders start to round and before you lose that. As long as you're leading with that chest and hinging, you're getting that full stretch in that hip and in that low back. But once you start to round, then that stretch goes right into your shoulders. So we want to, keep that full out of the shoulders. Good. Bring ourselves up nice and tall. We're going to add in our breath with the movement with this. Help open up even more. So let's inhale it deeply here. Sitting up against the back of the chair. And exhale, hinge this forward. Use that exhale. Use that hinge. Woo! And then up nice and tall against the back of the chair. Inhale deeply here. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. Excellent. Good. Bring ourselves, sit it up nice and tall. Let's take it into half shoelace. So let's go ahead and cross that leg over. So now our right heel is to the left corner of the chair. Let's go ahead and wrap that left arm back around that right leg and get that nice twist. And you can get that even deeper glute medius, glute maximus, hamstring, hip flexor, oh, rotator, hip rotation right here. Oh man. Breathe it deep. Good, and then let's go ahead and twist to the other side. So just to the left, quick, or not quickly, but just to the left. And bring that back to center. Good. Go ahead and release that. Shake that out. Oh, that feels so good. You can shake that out. Okay, let's scoot ourselves forward. Again, we're going to go into staff pose one more time. So scooting ourselves forward just halfway. And then let's go ahead and bring those legs back up, back into that nice core strengthening right here, reaching up through our arms. Feet are super duper flexed. 3 breaths here. Inhaling it deeply and exhale it out. And again, inhale deeply and exhale out. And again, inhale deeply and exhale out. Good, release those arms, not the legs, release the arms, can hold or hands to thighs. Really glad you guys are doing this with me because these are like not my favorite. They're so good for you. I wouldn't do them by myself, so I'm so glad you're doing them with me. Go ahead and curl the leg in and extend. Let's do our hamstring curl and extension. Curl it in and extend. Curl that in and extend. Let's go 4 more. Bring this in for 4 and extend. Bring this in for 3 and extend. Bring this in for 2 and extend, and bring this in for 1 and extend. Hold this here, point those toes, flex those feet, 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 and relax. Good job. All right, now you can sit back against the back of the chair, and then let's bring that left leg in and give that left leg a nice big hug. This half jackknife right here, just hugging that. Wrap our right arm around our left leg, and let's twist it. Ooh. Set to the left and breathe. And then twist it to the inside. And then bring that back to center. And now piriformis time. So figure 4, bring that ankle to that thigh. And hinge forward with trying to not round our shoulders. Trying to lead with that chest. Ooh. Good. Sit this up nice and tall. Let's add in that breath and that lengthened spine. So let's inhale it here. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. And inhale it up tall. And exhale, hinge. Woo. Wonderful. Good, bring this back to neutral. Let's take it into half shoelace. So let's take that left heel over to the right corner of the chair. Let's wrap that right arm around that left leg and twist it. Ooh, yeah. Glute medius, glute maximus, hamstring, hip, inner thigh, outer thigh, all of it. Right there, and breathe, not forgetting to breathe. And then turn that to the inside, so turning to the right. And then release that. Wonderful. Shake it out. Good. Let's move ourselves over to the left side of the chair. So getting our right leg, that left side of the chair, and then let's go ahead, forward. There we go. All right, so taking our left leg behind us, let's find our supported crescent. Oh, so we can get an even deeper, wonderful stretch down the front of that leg. So right down into that hip flexor, right through that quadricep, right into that calf. Our heel is lifted and pressing backwards. Front leg is nice 90 degrees, and we can reach up, and we have that wonderful supported crescent right here. Very strong. And lengthen. Very good. Let's go ahead and take our right hand, drop it to the right side of the chair, and reach over. And breathe it here. Good, and let's take both of our hands or windmill our hands right there to our hips. Hi, Patches. Little kitten right there. All right. And turning. Oh, and breathe it. Like, where's my food? I don't know, Patches. Oh, good. And then go ahead and bring this back to center. Let's take that right leg, give that right leg the seat of the chair. Take our left leg off to the side, and that ankle can be neutral. So toe can be to the front, toe can be out to the side. Leg is off to the side. You can let that leg cramp. And we are lifting this up here, reaching up through this. Let's go ahead and drop our right hand again to the right side of the chair, and let's reach over again. And this time, a different side stretch, because now the leg is off to the side instead of to the back. And this one involves the back a little bit more. So breathing here. And then let's go ahead, windmill this arm to that thigh and reach that other arm over. Oh, that's very good. And then release that. Let's take it into that pigeon, supported pigeon. So let's go ahead and turn ourselves to square our hips. Keep our back heel lifted. Let's reach up through our arms. You might even be able to get a little back bend here if that feels okay for you. So we're reaching up through this, keeping our back leg active. So got to remember to keep our toes pressed into the floor, back heel stays lifted. And let's go ahead and hinge this forward. So you're either on those hands, on those elbows, or you can be folded as far forward as is available to you. I like to use the blocks here. Oh, yes, especially because my head is tight. So the support of that block is very helpful. Remembering that when things are tight, when you're focused on one area of the body, it's really easy for that long leg, that back leg, our left leg to go like, oh, I don't even know that it's there anymore. Continue to remember that you are pressing through those toes. Continue to keep that leg active so that whole body is working here. Let's press ourselves back up, lengthen back up through this, reach up through those arms. Very good. And then release that. Good. Let's go ahead and bring ourselves forward. Take our right leg off to the side, and then we'll go into our warriors, so our supported warriors. We've got our warrior legs going on right here. So our proud warrior 2 legs, reaching out through our arms, reaching through our fingers, fingertips. Good. Strong legs, strong arms, face is relaxed, but everything else is strong and working here. Good, breathing here as well. Let's go ahead and drop that back arm, take our palm up, peaceful warrior, reach up through this. And then we'll take it into side angle pose. So let's take our arm to our thigh, reach that other arm over. That bicep, right by the temple, so right by the forehead. Breathe. Good, and then let's bring ourselves back up into proud warrior. And then release that. Good, roll that out. Very nice. All right, let's go ahead and move it to the other side. So let's give our left leg the right side of the chair. Let's take our right leg behind us. Oh, hello, right leg. That hip flexor, quadricep, calf. Oh, that whole side. Reach up through this. So we've got that wonderful supported crescent on this other side. Reaching strong, lengthening, and breathing. Let's go ahead and drop that left hand. Reach over with the right. Good. And then let's go ahead and windmill arms or hands to hips and twist. And then release that. Good. Let's go ahead and give that left leg the seat of the chair. Let's take our right leg off to the side and let's lengthen up through our arms, through our torso here. So now we've got a different side stretch. Let's go ahead and drop our left hand down to the left side of the chair again and reach this over. Good, and then go ahead and windmill that and reach that over. Very nice. And then let's go ahead and turn this into our supported pigeon. Heel is lifted, leg is active. Let's reach up through this, remembering that if it's available to you, you can get that little slight back bend in here, reaching up. And then we'll begin to forward fold. So either on those hands, on those elbows, or all the way forward, whatever feels best for you, whatever feels most challenging for you. But remember, not painful. Uncomfortably uncomfortable is fine, but not painful. No, like excruciating pain. Breathe. And with that breath, that expansion and the contraction, it should help release if there's any like the tension or uncomfortableness, uncomfortably uncomfortable. It should help kind of warm it up, begin to release it with your breath. And then let's go ahead and press ourselves, bring ourselves back up, reach back up through those arms. And release that. Good, let's take that left leg off to the side and we'll go into our warrior poses on this other side. So we've got our nice supported warrior legs, so our warrior two legs, taking our arms out, relaxing our face, relax that jaw, strong legs, strong arms, butt face, relax, everything else working. And breathing. Good, dropping our back arm. Take our palm up, peaceful warrior reach. And then take this to a side angle pose. Bringing that arm up, letting that bicep rest right there on the temple. And then bring ourselves back up, proud warrior. And then release that. Good. Let's take our legs nice and wide, bring our blocks up. Blocks are right there to the inside of the feet. Let's do a little bit more hip opener and a little bit more torso twist. So let's take our right hand onto that block and let's open this up again. Oh, so good. Use that breath here. And then go ahead and release that. Take that hand back to, left hand back to block and twist open with the right and breathe. And release that. Good. We're going to keep our legs wide. Use your blocks however you want to use them. You can bring them close, but we're going to keep our legs wide and we're going to go into a wide-legged standing forward fold. So keep our legs wide, pressing our feet into the floor. Blocks and hands are where you want them to be. If you're not using blocks, you can always have your hands on your thighs. You just don't want them resting on your knees. So let's go ahead and lift our glutes up off of the chair. Wow. Oh, and stretch those hamstrings. Stretching the backs of the legs. And it's a little different, especially in that wide leg, because now you're also engaged in the inner thighs. And you can rock your hips a little bit from side to side. Or shift that weight a little bit from side to side. Yeah. Go ahead and take a seat back in that chair. Sit it up tall. And then hinge that forward again. Hands back to those blocks. Lift those glutes up off the chair. We're going to do this a few times. Just seated. And when you are up, again, if it feels good for you, like it does for me right now, just like to kind of simply just rock a little bit from side to side, waking up those hamstrings. And then let's go ahead and take a seat again, sitting that up tall. And then hinging that forward. Hands back to blocks, glutes lift up off of the chair. And maybe a little bit of rock from side to side, or shifting the weight from side to side. One more time, glutes go back into the chair, sitting that up tall, and then bringing that forward, hands back to blocks, lift those glutes up off of the chair, and rocking that from side to side, or shifting the weight from side to side. Very good. And then take that seat once again, and then go ahead and bring those legs together. We've got our blocks in front of us. We're going to go into our regular standing forward fold, pressing our feet into the floor, hands on blocks. Let's lift our glutes up off of that chair. And we're going to remain here in this standing forward fold. Yeah, I feel that in the calves now. So this nice, regular standing forward fold. Feet are pressed into the floor. Hands are pressed into the blocks. Those legs are lengthening and stretching. Let's inhale, lengthen through our back. So we get a nice tabletop. And then exhale, release. Inhale into that tabletop. Exhale and release. Again, inhale into that tabletop. Exhale and release. We're going to do a full mountain. So let's go ahead and inhale, sweep our arms up, nice and tall. And then exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, dive it down and over. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, flat back, tabletop. Exhale and release. Inhale, sweep our arms up. And then let's go ahead, release our arms down to our sides. Very good. Let's go ahead and we'll move our chair so that we can take ourselves onto our backs. Yes, and then also grab your strap because we use our strap on the ground today. And then grab whatever else you need for final relaxation. If you need blankets, if you need pillows, whatever you need. If you need extra blankets for if your feet are cold, because again, it's a little chilly. So let's go ahead and take ourselves down onto the floor. We're gonna grab a block. Have that close so that you can grab that. We're going to take our legs up onto the chair. Scoot our glutes nice and close. We'll go into our inversion portion where our legs are higher than our heart. Got our glutes nice and close. Yes. And then once our legs are up, go ahead and take our block. Let's place our block or your pillows, whatever you use for support here for our shoulder stand, placing that underneath your sacrum, so underneath that low back. And you can have your arms, palms facing up or palms facing down, it's up to you. We've got that sacrum supported and we're gonna go into our first shoulder stand. So let's go ahead and lift those legs up and raise those legs in the air and breathe. And you can do whatever you want with your legs in the air here, just as long as they're above the heart. And as always, if you need extra support, if you're having some issues, you can always scoot yourself up against the wall and let your legs be supported by the wall. You can still get the benefits of the inversion without having to have them completely fully without support. So if you need that support, use it. Good. I kind of like to point and flex my feet, or you can rotate ankles, or you can find stillness here. Whatever works for you. If those legs start to shake or are shaking, that's okay. Very normal. Especially if they're tight, because mine are still tight. It's really cold in my house today, so everything's still cold. So it might be a little more if it's the same with you. Good. Go ahead and release one leg, release the other leg. Very nice. Let's take our right ankle, place it onto our left thigh. Yeah, for piriformis. Press that inner thigh away. Oh, get that hip. And then release that. Good. Let's switch. So taking our left ankle to right thigh, press that away. Oh. And release that. Good. Let's go into our shoulder stand one more time. So bringing our legs back up. Arms can be wherever they feel best for you. Palms can be facing up or palms can be facing down. You can point and flex those feet. You can rotate those ankles. Again, enjoy this inversion. Enjoy the time of having those legs above the heart. That difference in circulation. Very good. And if you feel like if this is especially helpful for you, this is something that you can do, like if you're watching whatever you're watching on TV, you can scoot yourself up against the wall and have your legs up against the wall while you're watching something or while you're having to do something else, if this feels very supportive for you or very comforting for you, or you just feel really good afterwards. You don't have to just do this during yoga. You can take this and be like, I'm extra stressed. I need to put my legs up against the wall. It can be very helpful in that area, that respect. And it can help change your outlook too, gives you a different perspective. Good, go ahead and release one leg, release the other. Let's go piriformis again. This time, let's take our left ankle to right thigh, but press that away. Ah, yeah, much better than especially from the beginning of class. And then release that. Let's switch sides. Right ankle, left thigh, and press that away. Yeah, much better. And release that. Good, release that leg. You can take that block out from underneath you. Put that chair away, grab your strap, and then grab whatever you need for relaxation. Get there, just within arm's length. But let's go ahead and take that strap. And let's take our strap around our right foot. So pulling that leg in towards us, just like when we were sitting in that chair and we gave our leg a nice big hug. Same thing here, and we're going to lengthen through our left leg. Let that left leg lengthen. Nice big hug. So a jackknife. This is like full jackknife because we are laying down and now gravity gets to help us here. Like this. I like gravity's help. And then go ahead and press up through that heel to the ceiling. Pull that leg towards you. Use that strap. Yeah. Let's keep our strap in our left hand and drop that leg across the body. So right leg's going to drop across. Strap is in left hand. Looking over to the right side and breathe. And bring our leg back to center. Pull it towards you. Let's bend at the other leg. Release our strap. And you can go ahead and release that right leg down. Let's take our strap around our left foot. And we'll do that jackknife on this side. So that kind of full jackknife. Oh, bring that in. Give that a big hug. Let gravity be very helpful. One of the times that gravity is helpful. Pull that in. Press up through the heel. Pull the leg towards you. I guess gravity is always helpful. Take our strap in our right hand. Drop that leg across the body. Deep twist. Left arm out. Let's look over to the left and breathe this here. Let's bring our leg back to center. Pull it towards us, bend at the other leg, release that strap, and let's move into our relaxation. So let's lengthen our legs towards one end of the room, reach our fingers towards the other. If you've got that eye pillow, put that eye pillow over your eyes, regular pillow, blankets, whatever you need for this relaxation. But let's add 3 inches to our height today. So 3 inches by reaching through our fingers, 3 inches by reaching through our toes. That low back lifting, rib cage lifting up off of the floor. Let's inhale it deeply here. And with a big deep exhale, allow yourself to sink, to settle, quieting things down even more. Slowing things down, letting that face relax. Release your jaw. Relax your scalp. there's any tension anywhere, any extra tension, relax that, release. A few moments of quiet. Relaxing, let's bend our knees. Tuck that tailbone under, low back press to the both of those knees over to your most comfortable side. Take yourself onto your side and breathe it here. And then nice and slow, begin to press yourself up. Bring yourselves up into a seated pose that feels strongest, most comfortable for you. Oh, and sitting up tall, lengthening up through the spine. Let's inhale and sweep our arms up. Bring our palms together and exhale, eyes following our fingers. Take our chin to chest. Lift that head center, take fingers to forehead. As we leave today, let us think thoughts of truth. Take our fingers to our lips. As we leave today, let us speak words of love. Taking our hands to our hearts. As we leave today, let our lives be a light of truth and a light of love, having hearts of compassion and mercy, knowing that we have not been given the spirit of fear, but the spirit of love and a sound and peaceful mind. Inhale it deeply and exhale it. And one more time, big deep inhale and a big cleansing exhale. And have a blessed rest of your day. And we'll see you